Uh, Thanks, Seth, and thanks again, to all the media post guys. As Seth alluded to, we really do enjoy. These are my favorites, so I'm not even blowing smoke up your ass. These are my favorite events to go to, and I think one of the biggest reasons why is the great format that they put together for us to have engaging content, but then also have time for you to get to know everybody that's here over the next couple days. So I know I see a few familiar faces and a lot of new faces, but I think one of the greatest things about these events is a chance just to get to meet and know everybody and learn. So lean in. As Seth said, a little bit about me. I've been in this industry since the earth cooled. I started back at Overture, so that dates me a little bit. But I've done a lot of different things over the years. Probably worked in every category across search, display, video, programmatic, CTV, you name it. I've been involved in it in some degree. So I'm not an expert in anything, but I know a little bit about most things. So I'll start out with just to try to whet your appetite a little bit. I think with this room, we're seeing where people are spending most of their money these days. In terms of dining, with the food service business getting up to over $920 billion, with over half of that coming from quick serve restaurants. I think that there's a huge opportunity for casual dining and quick serve, to really continue to lean in and engage with their consumers and their audiences. I think even if you look at the fact that how important making your brand and telling your story is, you're seeing Super Bowl ads selling out at over $7 million. And I think really, especially, I just moved from Oregon down to Texas, so I have a whole new like slew of restaurants like to choose from. But the chicken sandwich war is real, like, and I'm all for like participating and sampling each one of them to decide who's going to win. But I'll keep my opinion to myself. But I think it's really important that we continue to like think about how we engage and do it cross channel and emphasize what's really important to people, which is a quality value product, a convenient experience. It's here fast, but also there's opportunities to engage further in terms of building the brands. We also know that you're dealing with a lot of challenges in the labor force. Expenses are going up, minimum wages are going up, retention of employees is getting more and more difficult, and so you're leading to more automation, in the kitchen or in the ordering. I can attest to this myself. My brother has a yogurt store out in close to Palm Springs, and he's literally cannot keep employees. Like, they just come in and churn out, and they treat him really well. But nonetheless, I think that's in a the face of whoever people walk into your store. That's really important. So thinking about how to create additional experiences from convenience, whether that is using some automation and less reliance on just staffing, labor is becoming really important. We also know that we've all been hit by inflation. That's no surprise to everyone when you look at the gas prices or just a gallon of milk. I was excited when I did move to Texas, gas under $2. So that's that was a welcome surprise. But I think people are being more and more price sensitive too. The dollar's got to go farther. So you're seeing a lot more value meals, a lot more promotions, more value driven options. And I think there's still a desire for people to want to go out and have an experience in a restaurant. It doesn't always have to be Uber Eats or takeout or a drive-through. People still want to go in and take a family out and have a meal and enjoy that experience. So creating those experiences and how the consumer reacts to your brand based on what they see and view inside your store, from decorations to the ambiance to the staff, is really important. And I think that's where advertising can kind of come in to start to tell that story. It's not just about the food; it's about the experience. It's about the community, and making sure that you're delivering value. to your consumers, and how you communicate that needs to be thought about across channels, whether it's on a TV spot, whether it's being there when someone searches for local pizza, or on a search engine, or they're getting ready to plan a Super Bowl party or a college football party. How are you going to stay in front of them to be a part of that conversation and engage with them? Or in my case, I partnered with a restaurant when my kids were growing up, that we always took them for the after the end of season pizza parties, but the restaurant was also committed in giving back to the soccer club, and so we all, when we thought about pizza, we thought about going to a round table. I think somebody's around in here, round table, right? That's what we always thought of. So, that was really important to how you engage with the community. And I think that's really just as valuable and important as the products that we're producing right now. And we know that people are in a pinch, so let's offer, when they do come in and spend, make sure the product is good, the experience is right, but we're also communicating those values through our advertising messaging. I think the other thing we're seeing, like a huge reliance on loyalty programs and apps, but how are you going to leverage that to further your brand? It's not just about placing an order. It's about issues or things that are local in the community, and we're also touching you across channels. So I think that's really an important thing. We've been so siloed into a branding versus performance, but it really is all mixed together, and we need to think about how the brand efforts that we do lifts performance, and make sure we're measuring that too. So I think we see that when we are touching people across channels, that the engagement rate goes up by a third, and consistent branding can increase that preference by 70%, and see a huge boost in customer retention as well, which is there's a lot of options now for people to choose from, and the competition is fierce across those, and so it's really important to differentiate going forward. So a little bit about AdMedia, and I won't make this a big long sales plug, but typically what we like to talk about, our value proposition is that we are a full funnel solution that's typically a PPC based solution. We leverage our first party data with over 200 million profiles in the U.S., so that can be age, demographics, psychographics, location, income, family makeup, all of those things. Because we are also a publisher, and we also license our ad tech to other publishers. This is all incremental reach to what you can get from the major engines. So we will make sure that we're running on traffic in areas that you're not able to get through current sources. And we have vertical specific things around sports, around healthcare, around wellness, around travel and leisure, and every category in our own ecosystem, our own publishers. But then we also do license to a number of other premium partners as well. We typically work either brand direct or with agencies. I would say the reality that most times we'll wind up executing a plan through an agency, but we do like to work direct when we can. We are a full service. There's no management fee. We offer full optimization capabilities and transparency, reporting on your source of truth, whatever that might be, and we'd love to have a conversation about what you're leaning into for next year. So I've got a few of my other team members here with me that I'd quickly introduce. David and Melissa and RJ, I think, are around here somewhere, but raise your hands. And I would just encourage you to grab one of us. We'd love to teach you a little bit more, share a little bit more about us. I didn't want to get up here and be too salesy, but I think we have a great amount of content lined up for the next couple of days. Lean into it, and I'm sure I'll see you and share a cocktail with all of you around over the next couple of days, but feel free to grab me at any time. So thanks so much. Mm-hmm.